Hi, I'm Abby, and this is Alan.
Hello.
We're from the Lunatics Radio Hour podcast, where we explore the history of horror and modern horror storytelling.
We do deep dives into legends like ghost trains, or the Headless Horseman, or Wendigos.
Available wherever you listen to podcasts,
including cell phones and computers.
Pardon me.
That was impressive.
Thank you. Do you know that I love when people burp. I think it's the best thing ever. It always makes me giggle. And I'm always impressed when they can burp on cue. But if anyone farts, I lose my mind. I go off. Pisses me off. I'm like, how could you be so inconsiderate of the other people in this room?
Do you think it's because farts smell, though?
I mean, burps can smell, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's like the poop particles. They don't exist, but maybe.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well,
Is that how we're starting the pod? Okay, that's how we're starting the pod.
Well, that's how we're starting the pod, I think.
Lovely.
Apparently.
Madison.
Yes. Hello.
How do you be?
I'm good.
Good. Wow.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Wow. Oh my God. Look at us.
I'm living our best
Good
lives, just
together.
thriving. I feel like whatever.
Sure,
I come on this pod
meant.
every week and I'm like, wow, my life's the worst, but also I'm so good. Also, I'm so privileged, but that's fine. It makes it okay if I'm self-aware.
It's a thin line between everything falling apart and, everything's fine.
You want to know what I think it is?
Along. What?
I think it's that I love when I have stuff to complain about. So it's like when my life is shitty, I am actually good because I can complain.
Do you think that means that if there is nothing to complain about, you create things to complain about?
Yeah. I mean,
self-destructive?
Literally, that's most of my personality is being self-destructive. What do you mean?
Wow, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. Today on Psychology 101.
I can't believe you've been leaking my psychology appointments sessions. You're a loose goose. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm actually pretty chill this week. I just had coffee. I'm seeing beautiful faces. I get to gossip and complain, which we've already established in the first minute of the episode that I love.
It's true.
This is episode 42.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so many. I can't believe I put up with you every week.
Okay, well, I was about to say, I'm so proud of myself. I can't believe I've committed to something for so long, and you were like, fuck off. That's fine. But, no, next month is our 1 year anniversary. Can you believe? Maybe that's the elephant in the room this week, is that next month is our 1 year anniversary.
That's so cute.
Of the first time we had the frickle frackle.
That is what this feels like.
I'm 23 and I still say frickle frackle. This is why I will never be in a relationship.
Look, let's be real. There are a lot of other reasons.
I mean, it's true, but you didn't have to say it.
It's not my fault. You left it wide open. I couldn't help
That's
it.
True. Wide open like your pussy.
Exactly.
Sorry. I feel like every episode I have to talk about your vagina, otherwise I combust.
I mean, if I don't talk about it, you have to.
Exactly. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you happy with that elephant in the room this week, dude?
Sure. That's cute. Wow. Anniversary. Huh.
Okay, drag name. Anniversary. Am I a genius or am I a genius?
Yes.
I can't believe we just synced up for the first time on Zoom. Anyway, was there anything we needed to chat about before we introduced a possible guest?
Nah.
Wow, that was okay. Well, in that case, let's embrace the real elephant in the room this week. Oh my God, no, that's not that. Me sounds really mean. You're not an elephant guest. That came out wrong. The elephant in the room really is that we have a guest.
Mean until you said it.
Self-destructive. It comes back around.
Yes. Okay. So it's Laurinda.
Yes, the Laurinda, the world-renowned dance superstar, background dancer to Michael Jackson, background dancer to Janet Jackson, absolutely everyone.
At the same time.
Everyone.
At the same time, yeah. And the scary thing is it was only a couple years ago.
My goodness, from beyond the grave.
That's actually, doesn't that go back to your iconic pop culture moment was Michael Jackson's death, Maddie?
It was, yes.
Anyway.
Specifically, I remembered an interview in which his lawyer or something, the morning he died, was recounting a story where he told Michael, one day you're going to wake up dead. And that's just really stuck with me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of, this is already completely off topic and I haven't even let our guest say a word, but you know how that's your answer for pop culture moment of all time. Mine is Lady Gaga's Paparazzi performance at the 2009 VMAs where she pretends she gets shot and the whole audience thinks she's just been killed on stage. Iconic. Well, he died 3 months before that.
Wow.
And at the same 2009 VMAs, Madonna gave the iconic speech, in memoriam speech about Michael Jackson. So our two pop culture moments really, can you believe? Love that.
Wow. Love that.
Did I just connect two things
They're
that
so
absolutely
related.
don't have a connection?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well. Anyway, Laurinda, welcome to What the Fuck is Happening, the podcast.
We're very glad to have you.
So excited to have you. Someone
Definitely.
who is not only an icon and a legend in and of her own right, but is also a phenomenal dancing star. Someone who is in the entertainment industry in a very fun way. Do you hate it when people talk about ABBA?
What?
ABBA Dancing Queen?
Nah.
I do.
I mean, it's
Nicholas,
certainly
shut
not
the fuck up.
It's not my favorite ABBA song.
Okay,
It's
well, what
definitely
is?
not.
Fair.
Voulez-vous? Are you kidding me? That's a bop.
That is a bop.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
don't know which song that is because...
I'm not gonna.
Voulez-vous.
There it is.
Uh-huh.
Something.
Okay.
Something.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's honestly so good.
I follow.
It is. I mean, all ABBA songs are bops. Let's just be brutally honest.
Sure. Anyway, Maddie... Wait, well, how are you, Laurinda? Sorry, I'm all over the place this week.
No, you're good. I am also pretty good. I'm very excited to be on this podcast with you guys and chatting. It's nice to talk to people because we're in lockdown at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oof.
To virtually see more people.
Yeah. And even though it's virtually, it's still really, really, really lovely. So I just
You
happy
are
to chat.
too nice of a person. You're like the nicest person in existence, and it's not okay.
I wouldn't say that. Like I know nicer people than me. So
Wow.
Okay, well, that's what you think.
yeah, this is true. Yeah, I like to think I'm a pretty nice gal.
Bless.
So cute.
Thanks.
Do you have any idea what we're going to be talking about this episode, Laurinda? Because I'm sure you're mostly in the dark.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, pretty in the dark, but I don't know. I feel like
That's just going to make it
Looking-
super fun.
looking for pockets of light as well. I don't know.
That was really deep.
It was.
I'm pretty, yeah.
I loved that.
Look, I like a challenge, so I'm just gonna roll with it,
Love that.
and whatever happens, happens.
Okay, well, let's start off by recapping any cultural moments that happened throughout the week, any pop culture news or whatever, because Maddie reckons she has some and she never has some, so I'm really
I actually
curious.
have 3.
That is so much. I only have 1, but mine isn't even really
Do you want
a
to
thing.
start with yours?
Yeah, let's do that. I just wanted to talk about how fantastic Lizzo's new song is. That's all.
Yeah.
It's
that is-
a
it
bop
is good.
and a banger. And it slaps.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. That's
The
literally
thing I
my
really
only
love
thing.
about the thing I love about Lizzo's music, and it definitely is like showcased here, is that the actual like music behind her vocals is always like top notch. She's always got a bit of like an orchestral thing going on, and I really vibe with that. It's not very common. It's not as common in pop these days. and she just like
She's super
pulls it
dramatic.
off so well. She is.
And I love it. Because I Love You is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 5 out of 5 star song after 5 out of 5. All bops, no skips, you know?
Yes, I do know, and you're right.
Yeah. The only other time there's been an album with no skips is Carly Rae Jepsen's 2015 album Emotion. The best album of all time. Sorry, Lizzo. Sorry, the Beatles.
Yeah, sure. The songs I've heard from that album are pretty good.
Okay, well, Carly Rae Jepsen could do Here Comes the Sun. The Beatles could not do Run Away With Me.
Yes, that's true.
The Beatles could not do Boy Problems. You know?
They definitely would not commit to that.
Exactly. They'd be singing about world peace, whatever. You know?
Real problems? What?
Wait. Can't relate. Anyway. Let's, what's your next thing? Maddie?
Okay.
Okay.
One,
Right.
Jamie Spears stepping down from the conservatorship.
Yep.
Right. I should have had this down.
Boom. That was
You do-
huge.
That was huge.
It was. It was very relieving to hear.
It
Yeah,
was.
I agree.
It's like also hilarious seeing Jamie Lynn Spears' Instagrams because she's like having a meltdown too now.
Oh,
And she's
what
like,
about?
I think just the whole drama of it all. Because she's been profiting off Britney as well the past like 10 years.
Right.
And now that the entire family's being called out for doing exactly that, she's trying to play the victim in like a really odd way. I don't know. All I know is that she posted a so-called quote by her daughter, who's like a little toddler. And the quote was like,
This feels
Mummy,
exploitative
tell me
already.
everything's gonna be okay. Everything has to be okay. And it's like, well, that's a bit dramatic. I don't know. It's a bit much.
It feels like a lot to be putting quotes from your toddler on your Instagram
Well, it's like,
page.
bitch, your toddler didn't say that. Your toddler would have said Goo Goo Gaga.
There was some full sentences put together there that may not have reflect
Exactly.
real life.
Exactly. Laurinda, what are your thoughts on the Free Britney? Free
Free Britney. Love
Britney.
it.
Yeah.
I am a Britney Spears, like,
Stan.
I stand Britney Spears, honestly. She's in like my top 5 people to follow on Instagram. If you don't follow her, you should.
Truly.
You really should.
The
She is
stuff
literally
she posts, that
gold.
shit. I love it.
She's batshit crazy, but I love her for it. She's literally on there in like denim shorts with like no bra on. She's like holding her tits.
Yeah.
And she's like just dancing in her lounge room, and I'm like,
It's iconic.
you're my inspiration in life. So
She's like a troll. She's an internet troll of like the highest tier.
yeah,
She
but
really
I love
is.
She absolutely knows what she's doing, and it's iconic.
It's
Yeah.
true.
yeah. But then yeah,
I really
just,
admire
like,
how many low-rise pants that she wears.
oh
Can't pull that off, so
no,
you go.
not
queen.
everybody can wear those pants. So she wears them well.
She does. She really does. Wow. Love that for her.
Did you watch the what's it called? The Britney Spears documentary? I can't remember.
I haven't watched it.
Ah, it's really good.
I feel like I
really
would love it.
It's only like an hour long.
Yeah.
But it's
It was
really,
really
really
good.
good.
Yeah. It
It's like
came
a-
out, I think it was like December of last year, so there's a little bit that's happened since then, but it's a really good like way to catch up on the history and such. It was very
Yeah.
good.
It's just honestly, even like with the Britney removed from it, it's like a fascinating piece of
Yeah.
kind of in-depth look at how paparazzi in the 2000s just literally destroyed lives
Yeah.
for like
Yeah. It's true.
$150, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's insane. It's truly wild, but
It was a very well made documentary, yeah.
tea. Also, I feel like we should mention the fact that she's still going to have a conservator.
Yes. And also, he hasn't stepped down yet. He said he's going to, but he wants like to negotiate beforehand, which probably means he wants legal protection, so she can't sue him. But
that's probably true. Hey,
yeah, which is
Gross.
fucked up. But
Ewy. I don't know if she just wanted to get rid of Jamie as conservator, or if she wants no conservator at all. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think she would prefer no conservator at all, but is happy. I think is like, if the middle ground is just getting rid of him, then I'll go with that.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know her personally, so.
What do you mean you don't know her personally? Wow.
You're like, yeah, we chat, we call, we
yeah, we
FaceTime.
DM.
Snap. Also, I feel like, you know how I have, okay, this is like a weird, deep thing, but you know how I have issues separating the artist from the art, which is something you're meant to be able to do well? Like, I can't deal with the fact that if someone's like a hardcore conservative, or like Chris Pratt is part of a church who's famously anti-LGBTQ+,
Yeah, right.
I'm like, every movie of his I watch, I'm like, that was a bad movie, even if it was a great movie. I feel like the one time I'm willing to separate art from artist is not liking Jamie Lynn Spears, but standing Zoe 101. And that's all I'll say on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a piece of modern art.
It is. Did you guys watch it though?
But I literally just forgot it existed until right now. And you just said it. And I was like, and that kind of just like took me back. I was like, whoa.
You had war-like flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really watch it, but I like obviously remember like bits and pieces. I used to play a game of it online.
On nickelodeon.com.au?
Yeah, probably. And
Iconic.
there was like one where you like made burgers or something, and like, yeah. And
I used to play the Hannah Montana version.
love.
Yeah, a real macho man.
Yeah.
So funny.
Did you watch it, Maddie? Did you watch Zoe 101?
Similar to Laurinda, like I know of it and I've seen it in bits and pieces, but I've never like sat down and watched an episode.
It has one of the greatest,
let alone all of them.
Well, it has one of the greatest will they won't they relationships of all time. So
Does it?
Zoe and Chase, it's iconic. Okay,
What a white boy name.
well,
It's a very white boy name.
it's up there with Zach.
You already know that the relationship's going to be toxic AF.
Iconic. It's also, I think that's how Victoria Justice got into the Nickelodeon universe.
Really?
Ah.
Could be wrong.
So
I
we're
feel
talking like that was before Victorious was a thing?
that was before Victorious took the world by storm.
Mate.
I still listen to
Side
music
note,
from Victorious, and
Same.
I will
Victoria's
until I
being
die.
cancelled was devastating.
Mate, the music from Victorious slaps. It's great.
literally,
Does.
it's iconic.
They're very
does.
good. Very uplifting. Good morals, good messages. Love it.
You're right.
Speaking of good morals and messages on Nickelodeon, neither of you are watching. Are you watching the iCarly reboot?
I didn't know there
Laurinda?
was a reboot, so
Oh my god, they did a reboot. It's a sequel to the original.
Consider
And
me
in
gooped and gagged.
The latest episode, Carly and Freddie nearly have a threesome with another chick.
Oh, I know you.
Excuse me?
And I quote, a hot, messy threesome. And I was like, shooky. I put my phone down and I was like, I need a breather. This is a lot. This is the way to do a reboot of a kids show for adult audiences. That's like iconic, but also what?
Yeah, I am shook.
Like, this is still a PG show. Whatever. It was wild. It was iconic though.
Damn.
Yeah.
There you
So-
go.
I love
If
that they
you
just,
weren't
like,
already
committed
watching
to
it.
that though.
Truly. It was like being hinted at most of the episode, and then it actually happened, and they actually said a hot, messy threesome, and I was like, wig. I can't believe that's like on par with the Gossip Girl reboot having like penises in most of the
Okay.
episodes.
Okay, see that one I'm watching. I'm watching
Yeah?
Gossip Girl reboot. Oh, yes.
Okay, what are your
I like
thoughts?
I like it.
I
It's
like it too.
We've like moved with the times. We
Yeah.
don't all look we don't all look the same. Like
Yep.
the only thing I can't get around is you cannot tell me that Zoya is supposed to be 14 years old. Oh, sorry,
Literally,
15.
bitch.
Been her birth because she's had her birthday.
Yes, for the
But
first
I'm
3
like-
episodes, she was 14.
I'm like, don't fuck with me like that.
And I was like,
but
this bitch is talking about dicks and is like having a boyfriend and doing all this crazy shit, drinking and going wild.
going to bars on a school night,
Right?
might I add.
And and then
drinking.
episode 3, they were like, it's your 15th birthday soon. And I was like,
Yeah, I like shat myself when they said
Right?
that. I was like,
before that, it was like, I just assumed she was like 16.
same.
It was
100%
wild.
same. But
That sounds pretty wild.
The only other thing I don't like
Loving it.
about it is the student-teacher relationship, because I feel like it's impossible for Hollywood to make a teen drama show without having a student-teacher relationship, and I'm like, 1, it's boring, and 2, just stop.
I
It's
mean,
very overdone
Flop,
at this point.
you know?
it is pretty overdone. But I also wasn't complaining, as looking at both of the specimens who were cast in the show for said roles,
I mean,
both very beautiful. Both very beautiful.
It's true.
So-
It's like, it may be problematic, but at least they were gay. You know?
Yeah, I guess that was them kind of trying to be like, this is why it's okay that we're having this like part
Right.
of our show, because like,
Yeah.
at least they're gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the last 2 episodes. Have you?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hear that it like takes a turn. The student-teacher relationship is like,
It does.
it's actually like
It
has a
really-
moral.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that then.
I won't spoil anything, but yes, it does take quite a dramatic turn.
Okay. But unexpected, a dramatic turn in Gossip Girl.
Never.
Never.
Drama.
Drama.
Who's she? We don't know
Drama.
her.
Haven't even met her. What's your thought on the teachers being Gossip Girl twist?
Yeah, that was a lot. I don't know.
I really
kinda-
like it.
I kind of like it too. I think it's a nice way to have a reboot without making it like completely just the same sort of like carbon
Yeah.
copy of what we saw in the original season. Like,
Yeah.
because I guess that's how they had to try and make it like a little bit more different. They were like, oh, plot twist, the teachers are going to be the ones that create the posts. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
I think it was
So-
iconic, and I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, no, neither.
And like, it's also like the way that they can avoid the trap of like, if it was an unknown person doing the Gossip Girl in this one, it would be the exact same reaction to finding out who Gossip Girl is eventually as the original series, which everyone hated.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah, weird. It like
I'm
takes
here
out
for
the
it not
get.
being a secret.
It takes out the guessing. Like we don't have to sit there being like, oh, I wonder who it is, because you just know.
There's plenty of other drama. It's like, are they going to get away with it? You know, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Get to question the moral implications.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They actually kind of brutal, the teachers. They like get people fired and don't feel shit.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's, I don't know, it's wild. It's funny though.
It's very wild.
The main teacher's kind of like one of the most annoying characters on TV. That's okay. She's Gossip
she's
Girl.
up. She is up there with annoying characters on TV. She's up there. But
She up there.
yeah, she's a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But
She is.
I suppose I feel like you would have to be crazy to start a platform to like bully students. So
This is true. This
There's
is
that.
true.
This is true.
They also like don't feel bad snapping pictures of 14-year-olds making out with each other.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well,
That feels like child pornography.
100%. You're like,
What?
red flag, red flag.
red flag. Title of that should be red flag, because
Mm-hmm.
I think this whole thing
Love
is just
that.
a red flag, but that's fine. I don't know how we got to Gossip Girl.
Neither.
Me either.
Reboot.
so
Okay,
101.
because of
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
See, it all makes
Well,
sense,
reboot,
guys.
Kai Carly, yeah. Yeah.
What
Okay, I
was
have
your next
one more
thing?
thing to discuss. We can discuss the third thing another time.
Okay.
But one more. Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer dating rumors.
They said they weren't.
Shut up.
When? Yeah, I
Literally,
know,
they
right?
put
That
out a
was my
statement.
reaction.
And my reaction was bullshit.
I mean, yeah, it's true. It probably feels
I-
unlikely, but
Hmm.
the
Did you
rumor
watch
mill
Friends,
is a
Laurinda?
turning.
Oh, did I watch Friends? Actually, no. True story. So I had never actually watched. I had never watched all of it
Yeah.
Yeah.
until COVID lockdown last year. I was committed and I watched every single
Yeah.
episode, did the whole thing, cried, laughed, did more crying. I don't know. We were talking about like will they or won't they relationships just then, and I was like, well, you want to
Yeah.
talk about Ross and Rachel? Damn.
This is true.
Yeah.
You got me there.
And now-
Coming for my gig.
And now we're talking
Yeah.
about potentially real life rumors, and that just makes my heart a bit
Yeah.
squishy.
Well, did you watch the reunion?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it because I couldn't sit through it. But didn't the didn't they say that they like low key were in love with each other on set?
It kind of got brought up, but I don't remember what kind of context and what direction it went in. Like that's kind of, to me, that's when like the rumors kind of like popped up that they like might be together.
Reigniting the spark.
They might not be.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, some source came out this week and said that like them meeting again at the reunion kind of like sparked a new romance, and they've been like hanging out and
Ooh.
stuff. So
I mean,
love that.
who knows?
but she's so like she's a 20 on a 1 to 10 scale of hotness,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
David
she
Schwimmer's
is.
not that.
But I feel like here's me. You know how you were talking about like separation from like the art and the artist. I'm like,
Yeah.
to me, I just see David Schwimmer. I see two things. I see Ross,
Yeah.
or I see Melman from Madagascar.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I can't distinguish the two. Like,
Yeah.
and then because let's be real, as a character, how different is Ross from Melman? Like they're
They're the same.
there's similarities
These
there.
pictures are the same.
Yeah. So to me, I just feel like David Schwimmer is Ross / Melman always and forever. So the fact that like he might get a 20 like Jennifer Aniston in real life, I'm like, that melts my heart, and like good for him, because I feel like he's so cute.
You're
He
so
could-
cute.
He could be not cute. He could be, I don't know what he's like in real life, but
I mean,
I'm just
you're
playing
right.
into that.
You're right. I'm wrong, but I will say that Ross is one of the worst characters in TV history.
Hey, I'll have to disagree with you there.
Why?
Just-
Someone who's
Wow.
divorced 4 times can't be a good
Oh.
character.
No, true. That is a bit of a character flaw. No, I think the only reason is because you know how like you just have these conversations. I know I do it with my friends down here. We'll watch something, and particularly because I live with 2 other girls, so anytime there's like a trio, we're like, oh my god, I'd be this one, you'd be that
Mhm.
one, you'd be that one. Like
Hmm.
Friends, we would watch it, and everyone would be like, you're Ross, and I'd be like, okay, sure.
That's an insult to your character.
You are not a Ross.
But-
You're not a Russ.
That is a hill I,
feel
will
like
die
I have-
on.
I feel like I
I
have Ross
personally-
tendencies, but not through and through.
That's title of ep
Yeah,
is
I-
Ross Tendencies.
I don't remember a lot of the good parts of Ross's character. I'm not going to lie. Basically, the only thing that ever stands out to me is his like anger issues. And so I'm sure he has a lot of like nice redeeming qualities, but I don't ever remember any of them.
Yeah.
I'll never
Fair.
forgive him for how he treated was it Charlie? Aisha Tyler's character?
Which one's that?
The other
should know.
paleontologist who
Oh.
went on to Barbados with them.
Mhm.
I'll never forgive him for that specifically.
I don't feel like I remember that.
I know, but he just look. It was just Rachel. It was always going to be Rachel. They just had to figure
I
it
mean,
out.
I
The
agree.
drama
Like,
in there.
obviously, I want them. They're like a great Ida. Like, yes, I ship Rachel and Ross.
Monica and Chandler were way better.
Oh.
That is true. But wait, I want to go back to your friends calling you a Ross, because I don't think you are a Ross. Ross
Yeah.
tendencies, maybe, sure. I'm sure everyone has Ross tendencies. But,
Mm.
like, I feel like you're a good mix of like... You're a good mix of Chandler and Phoebe.
Love.
Which
They're great
isn't a mix that you would think would work.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
But instead you've got like the loving, like wholesome personality of Phoebe with some of like the drier humor of Chandler. And like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I get just the vibes, you know?
I'll take it.
I don't know you that well, so I'll just nod along.
Yeah.
I think Maddie is a... What are you? That's a deep question. What are you?
It is existential.
I think you're a... Oh no. Well, I know that I'm like a Monica.
Mm-hmm.
So...
That's true.
I'm a Monica and a
say
Chandler.
You're a bit of a Joey. You just like, you're so
What's
just
it like being an absolute idiot?
Stupid. You know? There's a significant part
well,
of
if you're
Joey's
gonna call me
personality
stupid,
that
at least call me a
aren't,
Phoebe, not a
but-
Joey. Fuck.
Hey, again.
Joey's a himbo.
Joey's
I know I love
so
Joey, but I'm never gonna relate to Joey.
Mm.
You don't need
Whereas
to
I'm always
Joey
gonna
be
relate
like
to
him.
Phoebe. Wow.
It's true. You're actually probably a bit more like a Phoebe than a Joey.
I think I'm a
You're
Phoebe,
right.
Monica, Chandler.
You're in everybody.
I'm in
You
everyone.
just say all of them. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm also like a bit of a Ross and a bit of a Rachel too. You know,
Rachel. Just not a Joey.
it's not a Jay. Do you watch Sex and the City though? Have you watched Sex and the City?
that's one thing. Yeah, I haven't at all. It's not on my radar.
It holds up
Me either.
pretty well. I'm watching it for the first time at the moment, and it holds up pretty well. But then, like, every person I meet or every person I talk to, I can't help but assign them to the classic Sex and the City spectrum, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's fine.
Neither of
I
you have
just
seen
find
it, so I won't do it, but...
No, you're fine. I just find it so funny that that's something that people do. Like, you watch something, and then people around you, you're like, oh, I feel like you're like this character.
Yeah.
You would be this. You would be that. Like, we just always like play those games.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's like, you know,
It's
yeah,
true.
the
BuzzFeed.
I think for me,
quizzes.
it's part of remembering, like, names and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like in House Bunny with the,
Interesting.
to remember the name, she's like, Maddie! It's iconic.
I
Anna
love
Faris
that movie.
is an icon.
Yeah.
Anyway, Maddie,
Okay,
what was the other thing
well.
you wanted to talk about? Did you not have anything else?
Oh, I did have a third thing, but it's kind of deep and heavy.
Okay,
And
well,
it's world news, not really pop culture news.
Let's not do that. Let's actually ask our guest the guest questions. See,
Let's-
this is why...
Okay.
Not go deep. We're not going deep. No. Not that.
Well,
Unacceptable.
I was going to say, this is why we shouldn't do the culture moments when we have guests, because we end up talking about it for bullshit long.
I'm not gonna lie. I
That's
didn't think
true.
I would have. I kind of didn't think I would have anything to contribute. So I'm kind of like proud of myself.
I can't believe you underestimate yourself. I feel like you were one of the people in high
That's
school who actually, like, watched stuff and had opinions on stuff like I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Also, who doesn't love to just spout bullshit about things that you shouldn't spout bullshit about?
It's true.
It's perfect.
The, like, regular
Correct.
disclaimer of we have no right to have these opinions, but
Yes.
here we
Do
are.
anyway.
You know?
Yes.
Okay.
Oof.
Maddie, I'm not even gonna let you ask the question this week
Aw,
because you fuck it up every time.
okay.
You can actually ask the question. I need to give the story behind it, the drama, the plot, okay?
Okay.
So, Laurinda,
Okay.
Yes.
imagine a world where aliens have invaded, okay?
Hmm.
You follow? They can look like whatever you want them to look like. They can be green. They can be...
They can
what's
be
that
blue,
Mika song?
They can be brown.
Yeah.
They can be violet sky.
I was about to say that. Yeah, okay, so these aliens come, and they are evil.
Okay.
Boo. Sad. Rip to all the people. And basically they say, this is our agenda. Our agenda is culture. Pop culture, okay? And they
Yes.
say, every human on Earth, on this planet, you must tell us a television show, a song/album, a book, a movie, and a cultural moment that shaped you into the person you are today, that had an impact on your life, that was so iconic, you said, I'm gonna quote this every day for the rest of my life. I'm gonna shape my personality on this. And if you can't tell us all 5, you will die. And
Like, the aliens will kill me
yeah,
if I don't answer. Okay.
they have laser
Fine.
rays that kill everyone who doesn't answer, or can only answer some.
Yeah.
And that is okay. You cannot answer all of them. You just must die.
Okay.
So then
It
half.
seems
It seems
fair.
Seems
Yeah,
fair.
it's totally balanced. Then half the planet dies. Sad.
Why?
Wait,
Along
wait.
with you.
Does half the planet die if I fail to answer the questions, or regardless, whether I answer them or not?
Oh, regardless, it's a person by person basis. It's like if they can't
it's
answer,
like-
they die.
Right.
Right.
The aliens are
so-
asking
so
everyone, and
you're-
statistically,
Maybe
at least 50%
although I
of the
can.
planet won't answer.
Maybe these aliens can say, Laurinda, if you can't answer them all, everyone dies.
Okay.
For everyone
Fate
you
of the
don't answer,
planet's
a
on
billion
you.
people die. You know?
You're like, forget COVID. This is
Yeah.
where people die.
Yeah.
Well, the other
questions.
times I let Maddie try and give the backstory, the plot, she was like, so a virus takes over the world. And I'm like, that's too much.
Too real.
Too real.
I try and go up in the new scenario every week, whereas Nick's just like, we're going with the same one.
Who doesn't love aliens?
Look, it's very difficult to come up with new concepts every time, and so it's not my fault that I immediately defaulted to virus.
Yeah, you're good.
No, but for realsies, no pressure if you don't have an answer for any of
Yeah.
them.
A billion
or anything.
people
It's
won't
not
die.
that deep. It's just stupid. But, so, Maddie, now you can ask the very first one.
What comes first? Do I have to go in order?
Yes.
Movie.
No, it's not.
Oh, what is it?
It's a TV show.
Laurinda, what TV show shaped you? What's something that you watched that made you go,
At some point in your life,
this has impacted me.
when you said, I felt that.
Yeah, I felt that. Yeah. What do you reckon?
RuPaul's Drag
Share.
Race. That's all.
Okay, well, you just came in and you said, Nick, I'm going to snatch your wig, I'm going to slap you across the face, and I'm going to call you my bitch because you had me shook.
Yeah.
What a great
100%.
answer.
It sounds interesting to say, because obviously I am not a gay man
Well,
aspiring yet. Maybe I was.
in a
Maybe I
past
was
life.
in a past life,
Yeah.
because I tell you what, Mama Ru, that show hits me differently. Yeah,
T.
it's
I love
like
that.
it's really like, it's funny, like, because it's like I only started watching it last year, but to say that I have watched there's been 13 American seasons, 2 UK. We're currently on All Stars 6. Like, I have watched it
Them all?
Yeah,
That's a
And it-
commitment.
yeah.
That is a commitment.
I
Yeah.
love that for you. That's
But
so
it has-
great.
It actually kind of has, like, in a way, shaped just like my life, and it inspires me, like, because I find, like, I really like drag.
Yeah.
Like, I love drag queens. I think they are really amazing creatives and artists and
Yeah.
storytellers. So, like, I'm just obsessed with, like, the design challenges and how they come out and, like, make these gowns from, like, pool noodles, and they look fucking amazing, and the way they paint their faces. And then obviously, like, I'm a dancer, so when there's a dance challenge, I'm like, woohoo, because I, like, know, like, I know of the choreographers that, like, are working with them, and,
Yeah.
like, so it's like watching the Australian Down Under. Let's talk about how that wasn't the cutest season, but we'll move away from that. But
We can talk about that in a sec. Yeah.
watching like the dance challenges, and, like, the guy that came on and, like, did that for them, I was like, oh, I've actually taken class from him. So it's kind of, like, quite personalized, and, like,
Cool.
sorts, like, had taken
Bless.
class from, like, the backup dancers that were dancing
Oh,
behind, like,
amazing.
Art
That's so
Simone and
cool.
whatever. And I was just like, that's really cool. So yeah, just, like, drag, and, like, just Rue, like, like his music
Iconic.
again, just
Iconic.
yeah, I just
Camp.
like it, like it's silly, but
Yeah.
it's fun, and he, like, and I I know it's cheesy and I know it's corny, but like there's just something nice about at the end of every episode when he's like, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? And I'm sitting on my couch and I'm like,
amen.
Like, but yeah, I don't know. It's certainly had like the biggest impact on my like
outlook?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, outlook and like how I view others and like how I like see myself and like confidence. I feel like they talk about confidence a lot in that show and like and I just like learning about people. So I feel like it's a nice like wholesome show. It's like a good combination of like wholesome moments and then they're like back to like talking trash and like bitching about each other and being really catty and then I'm like
it's just very balanced.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part too, is the absolute like whiplash balance between the wholesome moments and the shade and the yeah, like there can be an episode where like I'm pissing myself with laughter and then you flash forward to like someone could be going home sharing about their stories and I'm crying. Like hearing like just hearing about their battles and what they go through with being gay and like with this and with that and I'm just like fuck, like I just find it really inspiring. So I would say RuPaul's Drag Race for the win. That's
a great answer.
Fantastic answer. I'm with you. Not to be all hipster, but I've been watching since season 6 ended.
Yeah.
And like you, it was like a big thing in my life because it was like, I think back before I even was out of the closet and stuff, it was like my little getaway into the world of queerness. But like celebrated that kind of thing and was like the most generic thing about like the fans of the show or like the people on the show. They're like, you know, it's queerness. It's about like being who you are. And I'm like, but it's true. Like, it's generic, but it's true. It's wholesome. You know?
It was very revolutionary for its time when it first came out. I mean, it still is to some extent, but particularly when it first came out.
I agree. And it's been fascinating to watch it kind of take off and evolve into the phenomenon that it is today. Because it is huge.
It is. It really is.
Which we love.
Yep.
Okay, I have so many questions right now. I need to try and get them under control. Okay, my first question is, would you ever do drag? Would you be a faux queen or would you be a drag king?
Yeah. Like
which one on, both?
Yeah. I don't know. Like if I don't mind. Like if the opportunity presented itself. Like I've spoken to this like with my friends down here who watch it and like one of my friends in particular, he was like, you should let me like do your makeup one day and we'll like go and do it. And I was like, fuck yeah. So
can you imagine? You would be iconic with a dance. A lip sync for your life, you would matter.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it. I probably can't see myself doing it like professionally as a thing, but I would definitely do it for fun. I would love to I would really like to choreograph for drag queens and like work for drag queens.
This is a petition for you to be the choreographer in Drag Race Down Under season 2.
Yeah, boom.
Boom.
That's what I want. Oh, if I even saw, forget meeting RuPaul, if I even saw him in real life, I think I'd faint.
Oh,
that's like really wholesome.
Oh, I'm obsessed. I'm 100% obsessed. Like it's real. The love is real.
I love that for you.
Maddie, did you have any questions about it?
Not really, because I get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like well, then my next question has to be, tell us your thoughts and opinions on Drag Race Down Under, because we had many, and we've already voiced them all on this pod. So I'm very, very open ears to hear yours.
I was just so excited when it began. Like I was like, this is really cool. Like again, like kind of like I'm down here in Sydney, so it was like, oh my god, like I know a friend of a friend who knows this person and they went to full time with this queen, and like it felt very like connected, and like I was really excited to watch it, and like I don't know, it kind of just felt like it never really went anywhere. Like it kind of just felt like the same sort of like stagnant, like it got a bit stuck in parts. Like to be honest with you, I can't even really remember like what happened throughout most of the season.
Yeah.
Whereas like I can tell you about past seasons of the US or like UK, and like that's nothing to say. That's just weird because it's nothing to say.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that the drag culture in Australia is not amazing, because it is.
It is.
But I just think it wasn't showcased very well.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
it didn't paint Australians in a very good light. Like it was kind of very
It did more for Kiwi queens than it did for Australian ones.
which is fine. Like I
Yeah.
love Kidamine. Like I was so happy that she won.
Same.
Because I reckon she was like one of the best on there. But it just, yeah, the way like the Australian queens like acted and behaved, it was just a bit like I know we're a bit crude as like a nation, and like we have like
Yeah.
Aussie humor. We have Aussie humor, but I was just like, fuck, like that's some vulgar shit right there.
Yeah.
And it made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I kind of think it got less like that as the season went on.
Yeah.
Like, do you reckon that there was like an element of it where the queens thought that they had to put on that Australian stereotype for the international audiences and stuff?
Probably.
To
I
differentiate
feel like
it from other countries'
They were
drag
probably
races?
told to as well.
Well, that's true
Yeah.
too.
100%. I reckon that probably would have had something to do with it. And even
Mm.
just talking in like, and I know, I knew it wasn't going to be the exact same, because obviously like we're not the US and we're not UK, but like
Yeah.
it just in terms of production as well, it felt rushed.
Do you
It
know
felt
the tea
rushed.
behind the scenes?
Like I read conspiracy theories that like Rue probably wasn't even there, and
Oh
like
my god.
just like all this bullshit, and I was like, I don't want to believe it, but like, no.
Tea. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, did you know that
because-
the season was meant to film in Sydney?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, and then literally, like a couple weeks before they were meant to film it, you guys went into lockdown again,
Yeah,
and they had to move to New Zealand.
yeah,
So they had to work with smaller crews, smaller stages, smaller workroom. That was all thrown
Yeah.
together literally in a couple weeks.
yeah.
And then I have to assume the challenges also kind of had to change a lot based on
Mm-hmm.
the move from Sydney to New Zealand,
Yep.
because it all felt so rushed. Honestly, rushed.
Yeah.
Even the editing and stuff, like the lighting and the editing. I
Yeah.
was
The
like,
lighting was so bad. Oh my god.
literally,
Mm-hmm.
they shot
It-
halfway through January and it came out the 1st of May. That's too
Yeah.
fast to turn around.
Yeah.
It almost
Yeah.
kind of felt like, because I know, Nick, you said you started watching from season 6 of US, but it almost felt like watching season 1 of Down Under almost felt like going back to like season 1, season 2
Yeah.
of like the US, when like they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
still
yeah.
kind of like trying to figure out what they had and like how to capture it. Whereas
The
like,
vibes.
It definitely
and
did
yeah.
feel like that.
Yeah.
They didn't really know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
funny because, as you say, it's literally the same
Yeah.
yeah,
team. Like,
yeah, which is just like, and like all I can kind of hope, I guess, is like if we were to go around again for another season, is that it's better.
I think they've
Like-
confirmed there's another season coming, which I agree. I mean, well,
that.
honestly, if you look at the step up in quality from season 1 to 2 of UK,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty. I loved season 1 of UK.
Mm.
I thought it was iconic.
Yeah.
But like, you look at the 2 and it's like, okay, well, season 2 is objectively a lot better.
Yeah.
But I have hope. I think that they've learnt their lessons with season 1 of Drag Race Down Under,
Mm-hmm.
and I truly think that it will just get better. You know.
I agree. I'm
I
holding
also,
out.
yeah, no, you go. Well, I was gonna say that I know that also the fact that 2 of the judges were American and we only had one local judge. And because of COVID, all of the planned Australian guest judges obviously couldn't be there, so it didn't have that
yeah, that was
perspective.
fucking weird.
So I think it was kind of a mix of things, but
Mm.
and we haven't even
Yeah.
mentioned the Scarlet Adams of it all, but
Oh my goodness. Yes.
it's a
That
whole other
was-
thing.
Oh my god. Yeah. That was interesting.
It was interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, one
That's a
last
very
quick
deep
question before
philosophical-
we move on, because
Yeah.
we have to move on. But All Stars 6, who are you rooting for?
Honestly, I like them all. I know that's
Yes.
weird, and I know that's such. I know
That's
that's
not
such
weird.
Like a,
The past like the last couple years, every season of Drag Race and Drag Race All Stars and UK and stuff, like the top like 5, I would have wanted any of them to win, and I would have been stoked.
yeah,
I just kind of love all of the queens now.
yeah. I have a soft spot for Trinity K. Bonet,
Same.
TKB,
Yep.
and Raja.
Yes.
Yeah, I just cannot believe it because Raja on season 11, I think that was her season, hated her guts.
Yeah, 11, 10, 11. Yeah, I did too.
She was so mean.
She was so mean, and then the second she walked in this season, I was like, I'm on this ride. I'm down for this.
Like, and that's kind of also why, like, RuPaul's Drag Race is a great show, because when they come back for All Stars, holy shit, have they elevated their drag. Not just their drag, but their personality. Like, she's a completely different human being.
Yeah.
She literally just went like, bloop, and like flipped a new leaf, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's kind of why like I'm rooting for her. But then obviously love Ginger. She's a scream. And Kylie's just a queen. Like,
Kylie's fucking iconic.
Yeah.
I know that you haven't watched a lot of the seasons, Maddie, but Kylie's Sonic Love was on season 2?
Season 2?
Oh, wow.
So she hasn't been on Drag Race for 11 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Years.
And she came back and just blew everyone away, has been absolutely killing it, defying expectations. It's iconic, truly.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I want Trinity or Raja to win.
Me too.
Yeah. I love it. It always makes me feel bad when... Who did you want to win from season 13?
Season 13? Honestly, same thing. Like, I didn't really
Same.
mind.
Yeah.
Like, I was happy that Simone won.
Yeah.
I actually thought Got Mick was going to win.
I did too. I would have been here for either of those two winning.
Yeah. But then also loved Rosé. Like, I was...
Yeah.
Didn't mind. They've all been pretty strong. Those past seasons have been crazy.
So crazy. I loved Rosé, and I loved oh god, what's her name?
Which one? The other one in top 4?
Yeah.
Candy Muse.
Candy
Cannot
Muse.
get out. You cannot love Candy Muse.
She wasn't going to
was
win, but I grew to like
No.
her. At the beginning of the season, I was like, I'm not here. But then by the end, I was like, okay, I like you. I don't want you to
That's
win, but I
nice.
like you. Which is not how I felt about all of them.
She did not rub off on me, so that's nice that she was able to do that for you.
I love it. Rosé kind of had too much Jan energy for me. Rachel Berry energy.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we're completely excluding you, Maddie, but we'll move on.
Fine. I'm excluding myself.
It's really your
because I haven't
fault.
watched it.
Exactly. She's only watched probably like 5 seasons in total.
That's still good. At
Across
least you
the whole
watched some of
franchise.
it.
I love them, but
Yeah.
You just got to watch the seasons that like matter.
Exactly. Which is
Like
season
the
4
really-
onward.
That's so specific. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the early seasons are really good too, but season 4 is
Yeah.
kind of when it changes into what it is today. Or
So it
begins
picks
to.
I feel like I'd be interested to watch like season 1 just to like see.
It's also just funny to watch because like it's pretty bad the way
Yeah.
it's filmed and like the filter.
Yeah.
They had like a $5
yeah.
budget and like no
That's
makeup
so
budget.
funny.
RuPaul's makeup is whack.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't say because I couldn't do makeup if I tried, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
Stunning. What's the next one? I'm sorry we talked about that for so long. Laurinda,
Yes.
give us a song or an album or a music video
A song.
that impacted you. So, for example, my song was Leona Lewis's Bleeding Love because specifically her music video for it, the international version of the music video, was so dramatic and so ridiculous and so over the top that I was like, I want to be a director. I want to make shit like this. This is iconic. And for Maddie, it was One Direction's first album because she's a One Direction stan.
I think it was actually just One Direction in general.
Can I tell you, I didn't listen to One Direction like when I was younger. Like it was never really like my tea when I was in like primary school, whenever they were big. But like now, a couple of their songs come on and I'm like, it's actually really good.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you.
From their later albums, they're like the last album in particular is like really, really, really good.
Like objectively good, yeah.
Yeah,
I was clouded by the popularity of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I tried to think I was cool, and I was like, oh, I won't listen to One Direction. Like, yeah, they just never really were my theme. But now I'm like, they can get it. They got some good bangers.
Yeah.
They do. It's true.
So, what is your answer, if you have one?
Yeah, no, I've got them. I'm sitting here kind of thinking like, which one is like the one?
I mean, you can tell us them all, and we can help you whittle it down.
Because I feel like there's two different. I feel like adding music videos in there is kind of like a really big thing for me. Yeah. Because I really appreciate when music videos, if they're an artist that can have dance as a part of their music video, having dancing in a music video just like takes something. It just takes it to a next level for me. Yeah. So I feel like,
agree.
Yeah, I feel like there are so many that are coming out right now. So like my favorite choreographer in the States right now is Sean Bankhead, and he choreographed Industry Baby, which was like Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow's new song.
Which is
so he choreographed
iconic.
that music video, which is so good.
Whoa.
So fucking good. The week before that, Normani's Wild Side came out with Cardi B. He choreographed that as well.
Wild.
I learnt the dance break for that music video. That's how obsessed I was with it. He did. And the third one that he's done, he's done so many, but the other one that's quite iconic and popular, he did Up, Cardi B's Up, like months ago when that came out.
Which is an underrated song.
Oh my God.
It is.
I love that song so much.
I know. It didn't chart as much as it should have, TBH. But anyway. Yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
So like, no, you're fine. So like those are some pretty big ones that like I'm obsessed with, and like I think the reason why I really like them is the dancing's like intense, like it's hard, it's full out, like they're not just standing in the background behind like the artist.
Yeah.
In Normani's, she's dancing full out with them because she can dance. Like it's really cool. So they're like my current ones for like right now that are like having a pretty big like impact. But like I also have this favorite band of all time. They're called Jungle, and they're from the UK.
Okay.
And
they did that one song. What do they do?
They have lots of songs.
You keep talking, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. They so basically like the reason why I like them so much is they don't feature in their music videos themselves, the artists. So they're like two DJs. They're two DJs, and they kind of like have formed like a bit of like a collective with like other musicians, and they're quite funky. And the reason why I like their videos so much is they're not in them, like that's never been a part of that for them. It's just dancers, and it's been like that since the beginning. And like the dance breaks are really cool, and like the fashion in the videos is like astounding, and like everybody looks so cool and like is dancing full out, and like it's just really, really funky and amazing. And it's kind of like on my bucket list to be in a Jungle video of some sort because it's amazing.
I think that will happen.
Yeah, that's like, and that's pretty current for me because like and they brought out an album on Friday. So
first album?
Nice.
No, it's their third studio album. It's really good.
I'm excited to listen.
And then I mean, we can't really talk about music videos and not include Michael Jackson. So
yes,
there's that.
My
favorite Michael Jackson song and music video, it's the same. It's "You Rock My World." It goes for like quite a long time, the music video, but it's like a whole scene. Like I miss when music videos used to be like a story. Like
Yeah.
they would be
Yeah.
like a full blown scene that would go for like 10 minutes, and like you'd get this
Yeah.
whole like storyline of like characters, and like I really like gangster movies and gangster films. So like this one, like it's got Chris Tucker in it. It's Chris Tucker and Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, and they're like these gangsters that are like hitting on this girl, and then they're like at this bar and like shit goes down, but then they just like do fucking phenomenal dance breaks in the middle, and I'm like, that's all I need in my
True.
life. It's
Yeah.
just like some guns shooting off, and then we're all of a sudden like dancing in suits all together, and like, yeah, it's just cool.
I love it. That's
So those are like,
Vibe.
I mean,
there's a
they're
lot.
all great answers. Do you reckon the last one to
True.
really kind of do that type of music video where it was like, oh, I mean, I was gonna say, bitch better have my money, but there wasn't really much dance in that, was there?
I actually don't remember if I've seen the music video for Bitch Better Have My Money. Like, I'm sure I have.
Wow.
I'm
Rihanna
sure I have.
killing the guy who plays Hannibal in Hannibal. It's iconic. It's iconic.
That's cool. That's cool.
Look, they're really good answers, TBH. Was
Thank you.
there a music video? Was it like a music video that like inspired you to want to be a dancer, or was it? What was it?
Well, I mean, I was actually talking about this with a friend this morning. The only real reason I got into dance in the beginning when I was really little, it was just because my older sister was doing it. Like, that was it.
That's really
That was
wholesome.
literally the only reason. Like, I was like 6 years old, and I used to see her go to dance class, and I was like, fuck, I want to go to dance class. Put me in. And then I have just never stopped. But
That's really
That's so
adorable.
yeah, I don't know if there was like a particular music video when I was little. Like, I remember watching Thriller a lot when I was little, and
Yeah.
it used to scare the shit out. It used to scare me because he turned into a werewolf. But like the dance sequence in like Thriller, obviously, is like very
Truly nothing compares.
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I actually would go as close to say, like, I think the music videos when I was growing up that were coming out at the time, like not obviously out at the time, but that were like on my loop
Yeah.
and like things that I would watch because of my parents. My parents liked Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be like Thriller and like Bad and Beat It and Billie Jean.
Yes.
Like they're like
Yeah.
kind of the ones that like I remember. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like those ones were kind of like, whoa, dancing's really cool. I was like, I want to dance.
And then you did.
And then I did.
Here we are.
And here we are. Bless. I mean, honestly, it sounds like we're gonna lock in Michael Jackson videos as your answer.
Yeah,
'cause
That's true.
kind of just an iconic answer.
Lock it
I
in.
agree. I love that.
Stunning. Should we have a quick, like super quick rundown of the stuff we've watched in the past few weeks and do really
I feel like
snap
we briefly
reviews?
touched on this at the beginning.
Did we?
I'm not gonna lie. Briefly, I think we discussed because we were talking about Gossip Girl. and
Gossip
stuff.
Girl.
We can
Oh, that's true.
get into it a bit deeper if we would like to.
I watched 3 movies over the weekend.
Okay.
That's all I want to
talk about. Yeah.
One of them was
What did
Talk about you, okay?
yeah. One of them was Infinite, the Mark Wahlberg one that just came out on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, right. I haven't watched it. Obviously.
Don't. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. They called it Infinite because it fucking never ends. I wanted to die for 3/4 of the film. It was so bad. It had Dylan O'Brien in it, and even that couldn't save it.
Oh.
That couldn't save it.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
That's
Also, you
that
know the
is
chick
bad.
from the... Have you guys seen the first Kingsman movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know the Roxy, the spy at the place that's then dating him
Yeah.
in the sequel? She's in it, and she's doing, not to be dramatic, but the worst American accent I've ever heard. And she's like a fantastic actress, but that
Yeah.
American accent was whack. Truly one of the worst movies
Is
I've ever
this
seen.
the
Don't watch it.
one- Is this the one where is this the soulmate one?
No, it's about like incarnation.
Oh.
Oh.
But it's like an action movie, but there's also like barely any action. I don't know.
Oh.
It's bad.
When somebody gives a really bad review of something, it actually makes me want to watch it more than if someone gives a
Yeah.
good review or something.
This is fair. The other things I
Yeah,
watched
what
were
else did you
Gunpowder
watch?
Milkshake,
Okay. Oh
which
wait, I
is
wanted to see that.
Karen Gillan and Lena Headey and Angela
Yeah.
Bassett and Michelle Yeoh and
Complete Queens.
Carla Gugino from Spy Kids and The Haunting of Hill House, an icon. It was pretty good. It takes like 40 minutes to even get to the start of the plot,
Oof.
but once it
Don't like
does, it
that.
picks up. It's only 2 hours long, but not even that. But anyway, it was good. It was like John Wick light. Like, there wasn't as much action as I would have liked, but the action that was there was very good. And yeah, it was a fun movie and entertaining, so that was good. The other one I watched was Gosford Park from 2001. Have either of you watched it?
No.
I must make you watch it. It's called Gosford Park. It is a murder mystery from 2001, and it
Murder
stars
mystery.
it's an ensemble cast, okay? It's like a classic
Yeah.
whodunit in a 1930s
Yeah.
England in like a mansion. The patriarch is killed, but it only happens halfway through the movie. The first half of the movie is setting up this like really complex web of relationships. It's like Downton Abbey before Downton Abbey, actually written by the guy who wrote Downton Abbey before that. You know what I mean? But it's like everything. It is so good. It has an ensemble cast of like 20 actors. All of them are white. All of them are white.
Classic.
So
Classic 2001.
I'm not gonna lie, as much as I loved the film and it was camp and iconic and stupid, and you get to see the Maggie Smith call someone a flop. It's so funny. I could not tell you any of their names except Mary, because all of the men looked the exact same.
Yep.
Which, no offense to those men, but
Yeah.
could not tell the difference. But yeah, it was so stupid and so funny and so good. And you guys should watch it.
Wow.
Fabulous.
Okay.
That's all I watched.
Whack.
Yeah. Did you watch any movies, Maddie?
No. I've
Suck
still
balls.
just been watching Lucifer.
Hey.
I love Lucifer.
I just started
Sorry about
season
it.
4, which is when they got picked up by Netflix, and the difference
Huge.
in it's I feel like I've got whiplash. It's crazy. Not only does it actually finally have a long arc, like a long form story, it's so much darker and grittier as well. And while it's definitely better and like cleaner, episode 3 of Lucifer was 26 episodes long, and then the seasons before both had like 15 episodes or something. So I've watched like 50 episodes of this show, and to now go into something that's completely different is a bit like, what the fuck am I watching right now? Like, it's better
Yeah.
objectively, but I don't understand how they're like correlated.
Interesting.
But yeah. Did you like it, Laurinda?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not up to date currently. Like,
Fair.
I don't think I've watched like the latest season. But I've
It's just
liked
about to
it.
start again.
no, I've like
Yeah.
enjoyed it in the past. I don't know. I think it's a cool concept for a show, and I like his character. Like, I like
Yeah,
that he's
same.
like quite
Yeah.
dark, but then like has like this comedy to it as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Bless.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. It definitely came into its own, like particularly in season 3, which is also then why it was so weird for it to go into like this. Because season 3 was way, in my opinion, it was much better, like smoother than season 1 and 2. And then for it to change so completely now, it's like, but it was just coming to understand itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway,
So you didn't
that's all I've
watch
watched.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes
No,
and
of
War
course
for
I
the Planet of
didn't
the
watch
Apes? I hate you. This is
to be honest,
your
I
1
did
week
yesterday.
warning.
I was like, ugh, maybe I should watch those. Nick did ask, and I did promise I'd put an effort in, and I didn't.
Okay, well, Laurinda, have you been watching anything fun or bad?
I actually, oh my god, bad. Not movies though.
No, it
which
doesn't have
is
to be
weird.
movies. It can be shows.
'Cause-
Just
'cause-
whatever you've been
'cause-
spending your time watching.
Cooking with Paris. Are you kidding me?
I haven't watched it, but I'm so excited to.
Same, yeah.
Does it slap?
Yeah. So the thing is, I don't really watch reality TV, or like I hadn't really like had an interest in it before.
Yeah.
But I think Paris Hilton is a genius for the way that she has built this character and this enterprise, and she has marketed herself so well. And like the thing about the show, full disclaimer, you're not watching it to learn how to cook. You are probably more skilled in the kitchen than Paris Hilton. It actually made me feel really good about myself and like my abilities in the kitchen, and how I can actually tell utensils apart, and I know how to use a blender, and I know how to do this. But honestly, it was hilarious.
I mean, she paused.
The heartbeat.
She froze. Sorry, you froze, but you're back.
No, I was just saying I've never laughed so much at something, and I would watch it I would watch it again in a heartbeat. And like,
that's so good.
Yeah, and just like the guests that she has on are equally hilarious and don't know what they're doing either. So it's kind of just like watching people flail about a kitchen and like make a meal together, and like you just sit there kind of like not believing what you're seeing. You're like, oh my God. But that's why you laugh so much. Yeah. And like I particularly enjoy the episode with Saweetie, because I love Saweetie. So that was just great. And like Demi Lovato's on there. It was so good. Like, yeah, I would really recommend watching Cooking with Paris.
I absolutely am. The like one clip I've seen of it is her not knowing what tongs are.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh my God. And,
Have you watched The Simple Life?
No.
This is the Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie show from like 2004 or 3. Bro, you need to watch it. It's Cooking with Paris energy, but like even more crazy.
Yeah.
It's like they have such a good dynamic. It's so stupid. It's so fun. Season 1 is a masterpiece. I don't know if you have Amazon Prime Video, but
I do.
Plus, okay, well, it's on there for free, and episodes are only like 20 minutes, and it's only like 9 episodes long. So it's like the perfect amount. I'm saying. I need you to watch Simple Life and get back to me, okay? And I will say right now, salty wiener burgers, iconic episode. Just so you know. Okay, we can move on now.
Perfect.
My obligatory The Simple Life advertisement. Okay.
Paris Hilton sponsor us.
Yeah, Paris Hilton really needs me to pump her up, gas her up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she needs a little bit more following. She needs a little bit more help. Yeah.
Yeah. Madster, do you have the next one?
No, but I can just take an educated guess. Book.
Form that into a sentence.
Okay. Okay, what about book?
Oh my God.
What's a book that changed your life?
If you have one.
Yeah. Okay. So, reading, funnily enough, we were never like the closest of friends, reading and I, books and I.
Okay.
Like, I would almost go even far as to say like a book that changed my life would, if I thought about it hard enough, it would probably be like a children's book of some sort.
Yeah.
Just because, but I can't remember back that far. But
fair.
Goo Goo Gaga.
With that, Goo Goo Gaga, not fully formed sentences. But with that being said, I have been reading in lockdown.
Oh,
which has been that.
Okay.
Which has
Look
been
at you evolving as a person, using your time wisely.
I've picked up a new hobby, some would say.
Oh.
Yeah, and I actually read because also funnily enough, I'd never thought that I would be this sort of person, but I enjoy reading like self-development, like self-help books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which have kind of had like a pretty big impact. And like I'm currently reading, I kind of read them in like opposite order. You guys have probably heard of some of these books. So like the author is Eckhart Tolle, and he's like a spiritual teacher.
Okay.
He wrote The Power of Now. It's like a blue book.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a blue book, and it says The Power of Now on it.
That's how book covers work.
I'm reading that one now. I can't believe I just said that. I was like, it's called The Power of Now. The book says The Power of Now.
Yeah. That's the one you're reading right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the funny thing is I feel like you're supposed to read that one first and then read this second one. So I actually read one that's called It's fine. It kind of like interchanges and makes sense. So I actually read like A New Earth first, which is like kind of like something that would come after reading The Power of Now, because he talks about stuff in the first book that kind of like helps you understand the second one a little bit more. But basically the reason why I like it, again, didn't think I would be this person, but I enjoy meditations and I meditate almost every day.
Love.
Wow.
So yeah. So reading the books have kind of been a nice way to just like add in like a little bit more of like that self-awareness and like self-discovery and like and like self-development side of things, and just like reading about like raising your consciousness and your awareness and that sort of stuff. So kind of like really spiritual with my books. But on the flip side, I actually finished reading Midnight Sun, which is the first Twilight book.
Stunning.
Told from Edward's perspective.
Stunning.
And I loved it so much.
Okay, Maddie, you've read the Midnight Sun, haven't you?
No, I haven't been able to finish it.
Does it slap though?
Yeah. I love it. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do.
Have you read the actual Twilight books?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I think No, you go, Maddie. You go.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think personally, my biggest issue with it personally was actually nothing to do with the book. It was that I read Twilight directly before. Like, I'd read it before, obviously, but I read it, like, literally the week before Midnight Sun came out, because I was like, I'm going to read these back to back, and I want to get the full experience. Cool. And then Midnight Sun, at least the part that I've read of it so far, even though it's, like, 3 times as big, is literally like word for word, scene for scene, exactly the same as Twilight, and I got really bored. I was like, I just read this book.
That's fair.
Yeah,
true.
That was my experience personally.
Yeah, see, I didn't. So I hadn't read like the Twilight books or anything like that since I was like in high school. So I hadn't read them in such a long time. So for me, it was kind of just like establishing and like rediscovering and like getting acquainted with like the book and the characters again, and like I don't know, and like even watching the films, like, guys, I know they're trash, but I fucking love them.
Come on, this entire podcast is a Twilight stan account, okay?
Okay,
literally.
Good. Okay, good. I feel
Renaissance all the way.
Good. I feel accepted, because even like watching I know they're a bit like cringy, especially the first one to get through, but I don't know, it has a special place in my heart. So reading Midnight Sun, I was just like, I'm loving this. And I think it's because I like Edward as a character more than Bella. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He's just a little bit more
interesting.
He's just more complex and interesting, and like can read people's thoughts and like yeah.
Book 1 Bella though was a whole nother thing. Book 1 Bella was too much for me. So I can understand why liking Midnight Sun might be a better experience for me. But yes, I mean, honestly, you know what I find interesting about this whole answer is when most people aren't really reading people and then they become reading people, they don't usually dive into like non-fiction books.
It's true.
I find that I love that journey for you. I think that's iconic. Thanks. And also, honestly, I love self-help books too, so.
There was a stage where like non-fiction to me just felt like a little bit, I don't know, it felt easier to read, like better to read for some reason. But now reading Midnight Sun, like I'm kind of back on like fiction bandwagon and like reading fantasy novels and stuff like that at the moment. Because I've started another book. So I'm kind of reading 2 books at the same time. It's a bit of a...
Bitch, do you want to see how many books I'm reading? you talk about what you're reading, the other book you're reading, and I'll try and get all of them.
No, just the other one. It's called... I don't even know what it's called, which is terrible. It's called A Court of Thorn and Roses. It's like another.
yeah.
Sarah J.
Yeah.
Maas. I've heard of these.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
they good?
yeah.
Apparently they're kind of sexy.
They are sexy. Can vouch for that.
They're massive on TikTok. That series is like held up as a fantastic like sex, like it's like the pinnacle of like fantasy with actual like sex in there.
Yeah.
For, like young
It's,
adult.
Yeah.
Wait.
So I'm reading. That's just the first one, and I'm kind of like halfway through it, but I'm liking it so far. But apparently it gets even more like, because my
Spicy.
roommate has read like all of them. Like she's up to date with like how she's writing them. It's crazy. And she was just saying that apparently it gets like even more saucy and like even more like sex scenes, and like it gets really like full on. And I'm like, okay, like
Here for it.
it's already a little bit like ooh when you read it. So yeah, looking
very
forward
here
to
for
that. Looking forward to that journey for me.
Same. Okay,
Love
these
that
are all
for
of the
you.
physical ones I'm reading, and it's actually not all of the physical ones I'm reading. I'm reading
Holy
those four. I'm reading those four, which is The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich, the third in the Carry On series by Rainbow Rowell, The Last House on Needless Street, which I don't think I'm going to finish because it kind of sucks, and this one because the TV show comes out soon. And then on top of that, I'm also reading Nine Perfect Strangers and the second book in the Soulbound series, Nine Perfect Strangers. Banger of a book. It's like hard to
Is
put
that
down.
because Sammy recommended it the other week?
It is.
That's funny that you're so cute.
And then I'm also rereading the Captive Prince series by C.S. Beckett because she has a new book coming out soon. And
This is so much.
This is because I hate finishing things, so I figure if I read 10 books at once, it goes slow enough that I won't feel sad if one of them ends.
I see.
I have issues. Okay?
You do.
I have issues.
You really do.
Don't have to agree, Jesus.
I know the truth. I can't not agree.
Although I just finished a book, imagine that. And that's only because the sequel comes out in like a month. Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis, which is like a sci-fi first contact with aliens conspiracy-y book, and it slaps. It's really, really good. So
Yeah, I got
10
really
out of
good
10 would
reviews.
recommend. Stunning. Let's move on, I guess, to a film or film series that that really, really, really just took you in a chokehold.
It's kind of hard
Yeah.
because yeah.
Do you want to hear
I
ours?
know- Yes, please.
Okay.
It might inspire some creative thinking.
Mine is The Hunger Games Catching Fire movie because I think
That
it's
is a good movie.
the pinnacle of book adaptations, and also the pinnacle of Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson being sexy, and also just like a pretty
That's true.
movie to look at. What was yours, Maddie?
I don't remember. trying to think.
I'm sure I remember.
Was it Marvel? I don't think it was. Maybe it was.
I don't think it was. I can pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't.
Wow, it couldn't have had that much of an impact on you if you can't remember.
Wow. My mind is completely blanking right now.
That's really embarrassing for you.
I couldn't even come up with the general answer. I'm like, what's another answer? I think it was the first Avengers movie.
Oh, it was the first Avengers movie.
Wow. Oof, okay.
Yeah.
Can't believe I just came up with the same answer. It really impacted me.
So I don't know if that helped you at all, Laurinda, but
It
you
kind
got
of did,
any
yeah.
ideas?
Again, kind of like depends on the impact. Like if we're talking like,
Early years versus
yeah, like
Yeah.
a movie that I have recently rediscovered, which has like just kind of like, look, I wouldn't say changed my life, but like it kind of gets me every time. And
Yeah.
we're talking like more on the emotional side. Like it tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah.
Brother Bear.
Oh,
That's a really good
Yeah.
answer.
It's
that's a really good answer.
yeah. So long story short, again, going back to like meditations and that, and how that's kind of become like part of my dance practices and whatever.
Mm.
I was with one of my teachers, and we were going through a class, and we did like a meditation which revealed to us an animal totem. So think very much like
Okay.
Brother Bear, what happens in the start of
Yeah.
the film.
Yeah.
And what came to me in my meditation was a bear. And ever since then, I've kind of, it kind of just made me be like, oh, how cute. Maybe I want to watch Brother Bear. So I watched it, bawled my eyes out,
Yeah.
like just because it's, I don't know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's lots of like lovely messages about just like, yeah, like unconditional love, and like that story of like, yeah, like Coda and Kenai, and how they go through like this like thing of like forgiveness and like brotherhood and like connection. And yeah, I don't know, it just like hit me differently the second time watching it, because I used to watch it quite a bit when I was younger because it was my brother's favorite movie. So maybe that has
dark tastes.
yeah, maybe that had something to do with it as well.
I love
But
that
it
movie
just-
so much, but I have to prep for months before watching it because it's
Yeah.
too much
It's
emotion.
a lot.
Yeah.
It
I
starts
even
off
watched
heavy
it.
and like doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It's true.
I even watched it again recently, just like here in lockdown, because I
Mm.
dumb decision. I was having trouble sleeping. So I was like, oh, I'll put on a movie. Puts on Brother Bear while we're in lockdown.
Oof.
So I'm just sitting here watching it, sobbing in my
Crying.
bed, like
Spiraling, yeah.
literally spiraling down the existential crisis route. But I honestly think, because I don't know, I consider myself to be a pretty loving person. So I feel like that film just has like a pretty big like impact on like, that's what it mainly talks about, is like love. And bears are my favorite. Bears are my favorite animal now. It's so weird. It's just like, so I guess you could say like, in some twisted way, Brother Bear has become like, it's one of my favorite movies.
I love
of
that.
all
I
time.
love it. Yeah.
That's a great answer.
It's a really good answer.
I like it.
And also a great movie,
Yeah.
so win-win.
And also a great movie.
Love
What a
it.
great
Well done.
soundtrack. Phil Collins just
Oh!
doesn't know when to quit.
No. The soundtrack hits me like on my way.
Yeah.
It's literally on like my mood lifting playlist. Like if I play that in the morning,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good fucking day. It doesn't matter what happens. I like put it on and I'm like marching around my apartment, like pretending I'm on a mammoth. I'm like, woo! So yeah,
Amazing.
I love that for you.
Brother Bear, honestly, that's the one. That's the one.
Fair.
It's also just like an unbelievably pretty film to look at as well.
It's true.
Yep. Like the Northern Lights.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
And also
Yeah.
the forests always get me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Muchly.
Yeah.
I love that too.
But I see there's so many Disney movies that I just can't watch because they make me cry too much. That's one
Yeah.
of them.
Sometimes it's a good thing to watch them because then you have a release. Like
Yeah, very
it's important.
cathartic.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Unfortunately.
It's a thing.
But I see. I'm a crier when it comes to TV shows more than movies.
Mm.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I actually just watched one of the episodes of Lucifer that I just watched it during the week.
If you tell me you cried
One
watching
of the-
Lucifer, I'm gonna slap
Oh fuck! I sobbed like a baby. One of the characters died,
Mm.
which was like the first kind of like real death. And I don't, just the way that they like shot the scene, just like real, like she died. It was really abruptly. She got shot, so it was very abrupt kind of death. And I actually knew it was coming. I had a spoiler, so I was like, oh, I know it's happening right now. But just the way they shot and wrote the scene, just
Who
like
died?
fucking. Her name was Charlotte Richards. She was like in season 2. She
Yeah.
was like the host of Lucifer's mum, the goddess of all
Yep.
creation.
I follow.
But then after Lucifer's mum like went to a different universe, it was
As
just
you
like
do.
Charlotte, who's just a normal person, right? And she was kind of like trying to grapple because she didn't remember obviously all of the months.
Yeah.
So she was just kind of like trying to grapple with that. Came into their lives. By the end of the season, she knew all about Lucifer, the truth, and all of that type of stuff. And then then she died. It was really sad.
The last show / movie I cried in was 911 Lone Star.
Fair.
Season 2, episode 9, I think.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But bitch, Maddie, I do need to warn you, if you're not like emotionally
No.
prepared for how heavy
Does
it
someone
gets.
die?
It's kind of a spoiler to say no, but no.
Okay.
But it's just like a really
Okay.
moving couple of...
People
oh my
don't
god,
usually die
actually
in that
no.
movie. Show.
Bitch, that fucking the second half of the season does not let up. It like grabs you
Does
by
the whole
the throat
cancer
and
thing
grabs you
come
by
back
the pussy
around?
and it just clutch. No, it's not. It's not the cancer stuff, no.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But it's really fucking heavy. Like heavier than
Oof.
I think any of the stuff on 911.
Wow.
Oof.
If you haven't watched it, Laurinda,
I haven't.
911 is
Banger.
it's drama. It's great.
It's drama, but also every episode has like 3 batshit crazy emergency calls, and they're just stupid. And it's everything. It's so fast paced.
really good.
It's so good. Start with the
It's
original
so
911
fast-paced, it's fucking crazy.
because 911 Lone Star
Yeah.
season 2. Like episodes like 9 to 14, which is the second half of the season. I was outie. I was a mess.
Okay, all right, we got one more.
One more thing. The last time I sobbed watching something
Yes.
was season 3 of Glee and season 2 of Glee, which I've watched for 3 times now.
You're like, and season 1 of Gilly. Just all.
Season 1 of
Yeah,
Glee.
yeah.
Have you watched Glee, Laurinda?
Guys, I actually haven't, and I know that seems
Neither
like
has
a
Maddie,
bit of
it's
a
okay.
crime.
Either.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
would-
I feel like I would enjoy it.
You would.
Just haven't committed.
You would,
You would.
I would.
but no one will blame you if you stop after season 3, which is when most of the cast graduates.
Right. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
That shit's also pretty heavy. We're on to the final little cue. Are we not ready?
We are.
This one is a little
Pop
complicated
culture moment.
to understand, but it's actually really easy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, as Maddie just said, this is the cultural moment
Yes.
that's stuck with you since it happened. Like, stuck with you, which I think I said at the beginning of the episode, mine was the Lady Gaga paparazzi
Yes,
performance. Maddie's was Michael Jackson's death, which is iconic.
Yeah.
Do you have an answer for this, Laurinda?
Yes.
Yes.
Love that.
Notice how it's like a bit tentative, but yes.
That's okay.
No, I
Whatever it
think-
is, it'll count. Don't worry.
No, it'll count. Believe me. It's because I believe it or not, shock horror. I'm going back to RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
Okay.
Like just having like
Yeah.
a nice like full circle back, like
Love that.
yeah, quite like symmetrical. Yeah. Okay, so my favorite drag queen of all time,
Yeah.
and this was even before the iconic moment.
Okay.
This is before the pop culture moment.
I think
that
I have
in
a
my-
guess, but I.
Yeah, you do. It's classic. It is
Okay.
a moment that changed lip sync history forever.
Okay.
My
If it's
favorite drag
Valentina.
queen. No, that was iconic.
Wait, what did you just say, Maddie?
I said if it's Valentina.
And she's like, with her
I'd like to
mum,
keep it on,
Yeah.
please.
I'd like to keep it on, please. No, but similar, like, oh, actually not similar at all. My favorite drag queen is Sasha Velour.
Okay.
And her, yeah, if you haven't seen it, the lip sync performance in season 9, the grand finale, she is going up against Shea Coulee. The song that they are lip syncing is Whitney Houston's So Emotional. Fuck. She comes out, my queen, and she's wearing like just a dress, so simple, and a wig. She has a rose and she starts picking off like roses with the flowers and the petals. She's giving me drama. She's giving me emotion. And then she takes off her fucking wig. She's a bald queen. That was like her thing. And the reason why she was a bald queen also is because of her mum, who had like leukemia and like had no hair. So she kind of did it in like honor of her, so that was also really, really nice. But yeah, she's like shaking the wig off, and then all these rose petals just like come out, and she's like covered in.
Actually, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you would
I know why I do now.
100%. You would 100% know what I'm talking about. That.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just, and like it's interesting because surprisingly enough, that moment was never spoilt for me before I got to it.
Really?
Even though, no,
Wow.
I know. Even though I only watched that season last year for the first time, it wasn't spoilt for me. And from episode 1 of season 9, I was like, there's something about this Sasha Velour person. I'm obsessed. Just about like her looks and how she's like quite professional and the way she values drag and how she talks about drag, and because she's quite quirky. She's a bit alternative as a queen, and like she's a bit more like artistic with her looks and stuff. So I was always just instantaneously drawn to her. And then that particular moment, I was just like, that's how you like stop a show and like just get everything you've ever wanted. Because she won after that. Like there was no.
She couldn't.
There was no denying. There was no denying it. So I was just like, "Fuck, that's how you be a performer."
Yeah.
And that's
not only that, but it changed. Like you said, it changed the lip sync game. It's now impossible for them to not do stunts.
For them to
Sasha
not
Velour
have
did a stunt that was so epic. And also the iconic part is how much it haunted Shea Coulee.
Oh my god! And then like it makes that hurts me too because like I love Shea.
She's
and
fantastic.
Then she comes back for All Stars and she's like, oh my god, like people used to send me roses as like a joke and like it's haunted me for years and like, but now like then she like comes into her own and does like it's just But I would say that's
a really good answer.
Kind of like the moment for
that's
me,
a very
guys.
Good answer.
Yeah,
I love that.
Wow.
That legit
She's
changed
actually.
the game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think your favorite drag queen is either Shea Coulee or I could see Ben de la Creme.
Shea Coulee is in my top 5, but Sasha's my number 1.
I said Shea Coulee, I meant Sasha. Velour. My bad. We got there.
You're good.
Also, the category is performance in season 9. The season 9 before the finale, just before the finale.
Yeah.
Shea Coulee and Sasha Velour's verses and Peppermints, honestly, are like still to this day some of the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the best. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
I love when they write verses, like, and they write their own like lyrics and stuff. It's such a cool challenge, and like the stuff they come up with is pretty good.
Yeah. So, I'm a magical bitch, darling.
Like
that's how I feel. Name a better lyric.
Yeah. Correct.
I feel like I always think that the lyrics they write are like amazing and iconic no matter what, because I cannot write like poems and songs for the fucking life of me.
So, yeah.
So I'm always like, wow, that person's talented.
You know what? That's something that Drag Race Down Under had for it. There were a few verses in those songs that were so fucking iconic.
It's true.
Anita Wiglet's verse in Queens Down Under changed my life.
Yeah.
Changed my life. And so did Ketamines, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the Aussie
Getting Grossed in this
actually,
overdose, iconic.
Yeah, they were really good on that challenge. Like, their songs are actually one of like the better ones. Like their season, like that song that they made together was actually really good.
What was I literally have the Anita Wiglet somewhere, where I can't say it now. Anyway, I'll link it down below. The Anita Wiglet verse is iconic. That's amazing. Okay, well, we better wrap up because we've been doing this for a long time. And I'm sorry for keeping you for so long, Laurinda.
It's so fine. My pleasure.
It's pretty fun to talk about.
There's some pretty fun stuff to talk about. You had so many great answers, dude.
You really did.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, there is one more thing we have to do. And you don't have to participate. But if you would like to, we would love that. And that is every week we do a What the Fuck of the Week each. And the What the Fuck of the Week is basically just something in your life, in pop culture, in anything that's confusing you or pissing you off or anything of the sort. She should return those shoes because she is nothing of the sort. Have you guys seen that? The Tiffany Pollard and
No.
Celebrity Big Brother UK? No? Too niche? Okay. I'll send you the
Very
link.
niche.
It's so fucking funny.
Okay.
I will go first, even though I don't really have one. But my what the fuck of the week this week... My what the fuck of the week this week... I'm going to do two small ones. My first what the fuck of the week is me for talking so much this episode. And my second what the fuck of the week is Paramount Plus for launching their streaming service with an app that absolutely sucks. The app is like almost unusable. You can't have profiles. There's no watch list. There's nowhere to see what you're up to. Every time you click on something then click back, it resets the entire thing.
Stop!
It's like really not a good app, but the content's like mediocre as well. But
That's crazy because it's been out in America for so long.
yeah, and apparently in America it's the exact same. But
Wow.
see, it doesn't have much content, but the content it has does slap. Like Evil Season 2 starts soon here on August 24th,
How
I think.
does it not have that much content? Because do you mean it just doesn't have much new content?
No, it doesn't have that much content because as their deals, Paramount's deals with Netflix Australia and stuff,
Right.
and they'll get the rest of their content that they have, but right now it's not
I see.
a crazy amount. But like they have the iCarly reboot, they have Evil Season 2 is coming very soon, which Laurinda, I don't know if you've watched Evil. Best show of all time. It's so fucking good.
Agreed.
And
I
I'm
need
also
to interrupt really quickly.
Yes, go.
And say my computer only has 10% battery and I don't have the charger here, so if I randomly drop out,
We're gonna do this quick.
I won't be coming back.
No, and the other thing that they have on it that I started watching, which is really, really good, it's a sitcom. It's called The Neighborhood. Go check it out. It is really, really good and like light and fun and easy to watch. Anyway, Maddie, what is your what the fuck of the week?
Okay, I got I got my first dose of the COVID vax on Thursday. I got AstraZeneca. Oh my god. The side effects are no fucking joke. I've still got this massive bruise on my arm. Yeah, I got it like last Thursday. And wow, okay, I got like a crazy fever on the night of, and it like keeps coming and going, and it's whack. I didn't really get much else. I got like a mild headache on the first night, and I haven't had a runny nose or anything like that. So I feel like I've actually come off quite well. Like a lot of other people said they've had much worse side effects, but oof, still no joke. And my arm, genuinely, it's so sore.
Yeah.
It's so sore. I can't believe how sore it is. It's crazy. So what the fuck's up with that?
Well, the good news is the second dose you're barely gonna feel.
Yes, that is what I've been told. It's like the opposite way.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, my mum had the exact same thing with AstraZeneca. She was out for like a week with fevers and stuff. But
yeah,
what did
I can't imagine like actually getting COVID.
Right?
It must be like really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. No, when I did the Pfizer and my first shot, I felt like nothing. I was like a little bit sleepy the next day, and that's it. The second dose took me out for a week. Like you.
Yeah.
Fun times, but we're doing our part, and that's what matters. Yeah.
True. Also, the fact that I just got the AZ dose, and literally the day after, they were like, anyway, we're making Pfizer eligible for everyone. I was like, awesome. You could have announced that 24 hours ago.
Yeah, that was rough.
Anyway. Yeah, I know, right?
Laurinda, can you think of anything to do?
What the fuck?
I feel like my what the fuck of like this week can just be like my what the fuck of the past 2 months, and that's just lockdown in general.
Yeah. This is really, really
What is
fair.
up, Gladys? What is up?
Yeah.
She has lost control.
Also, just stay home, peoples, or like, you know, watch yourself. I don't know.
Stay
It's so
home.
not fair. It's so not fair to the people that are doing the right thing, you know?
Yeah. It's very tricky.
It's a good
It's
what
not
the fuck.
cute.
Especially for you. Like, are you a dancer like full time professionally?
Yeah.
Yeah, oof.
So like not much work at the moment, but like just teaching kids is fine, like on Zoom and that, but it's like pretty tricky to do. It's challenging.
Yes.
Yeah, Laurinda was telling me,
Yes.
if you don't mind me saying, that she literally has to try and teach like kids as young as like 3 and 4 to dance over Zoom and like keep them engaged. And I'm like, oof, that sounds tough.
It is tough.
Tough, but adorable.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know if that's maybe tough. It's tough.
They're pretty cute. They're pretty cute. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, before Maddie's battery runs out, let's quickly... Laurinda, do you want to say what your socials are? You don't have to. Social medias and stuff. If there's anything you want to promote, go for it. I know that your dance company is
Yes.
like art to the highest degree. It's iconic. You can absolutely go for that. Do whatever you want.
I mean, normally there would be so much more stuff to plug, like
That's the
shows and what have you.
Mm.
But obviously not at the moment due to COVID. I will be dancing on so I am part of like a company, a dance company called One Dance Collective, and the company part of that is called One Dance Company, and we will be doing like some solo performances. Like we've got like shows coming up in September, and they're just going to be on like our IG live on Instagram, so anyone can just like anyone can just like click on and like watch live on like the 2 weeks that we're performing. There's going to be like a soloist performing like each night. So that's super exciting thing that's coming up. And honestly, that's about it, because everything else will probably happen next year. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah. Well, I will put your socials in the description and stuff if you want, so you can check that. And if you send me the links, I will put all of the One Dance stuff in the description and stuff as well. So easy. Just go click on it and check it out, people.
Please do.
Maddie, what are your socials? Oh my god. You're so
I don't know
dramatic.
why I sighed so loudly then. Lady Alice 101 on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
Twitter.
Thank you.
And if you want to go
People,
follow
we're about
her brand spanking new business that she started in the middle of a pandemic at Harness Creation everywhere? Or harnesscreation.com.au or .com?
Yes. Yeah.
.com?
What?
Harnesscreation.com?
No,
.au. Okay. Check it out. It's really fun and fresh. And if you want to follow the podcast, you can at WTFIH Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And on YouTube, you can watch us do this podcast weekly. WTF is happening, the podcast. Again, all the links down below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, or no, not on Instagram, Twitter or TikTok, NIC_sushi. I love talking fast, guys, okay?
You're good at it.
You are.
I feel like when I talk slow, it's like mumble, make no sense. But when I talk fast, it's like, whatever.
It just comes out.
Thank you
just join.
so much for joining us this week, Laurinda.
Yeah, thank
You're
you for coming.
welcome.
Taking time out.
She has a
good
point.
couple of hours.
She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Yay.
Mads, are you ready to say our thing, which is thank you?
No.
Oh,
Thank you very
Thank you.
much
Oh
for
my God.
watching.
what? Thank you
mean,
for listening.
listening.
So what the fuck is happening?
So what the fuck is happening in the podcast?
It's impossible to be synced over Zoom. Okay, it's fine.
It's really true.
Bye.
Bye.